$NAYIMEDWARD nigga. Welcome back. My name is Nayim Edwards. Had to come back, finish this off. My first time in the studio, this probably will be like 3 different parts, but my first time in the studio, just to real quick, going back to it, I was 15. I got signed for $1,000 in one show by the biggest label in the city for street artists. And I really wasn't heavily a street artist, but I was talking about street shit like that. And the label owner paid for my studio time. My first time in the studio. So like, I end up waking up. I went on a Saturday. My mama didn't even know. I didn't even tell her. Like, I got on the bus. I remember I caught the 45 over or whatever. And I ended up having to walk through motherfucking, I think the studio, I think it was like on Azalea Garden Road or some shit. Like, you know, it was over in that Huntersville area or wherever it was at in Norfolk. Real fancy. This is my first time seeing this shit. So like, I'm starry-eyed because I'm thinking, bro, I'm about to be on. This about to be it. I get in that bitch. He like, you been to a studio before? I'm like, no. And it was just me and this grown-ass man. And back then, I was small as fuck or whatever. I've been tall my whole life, but I was small and inexperienced. And he was like, oh, it's all good. And he was real cool or whatever. The label owner was there, but he ended up like leaving halfway through. I'm coming through. I had my flash drive. Actually, no. The second time I went back to that studio, I had a flash drive. The first time I went, I had a CD. I had a CD, the fucking compact disc. And I had 3 beats on that bitch. And he was like, yeah, so we can only do 2 of the songs. Which 2 you want to do? And I'm like, bruh. So obviously I picked Dog You Out and I picked Drugs Like This because that was my hood hit or whatever. If anybody remember that, let me know if you fucking see this. I never recorded professionally in my life. Remember, I was doing the sound record thing on the computer and the computer mic. This nigga had me put the headphones on, getting in the booth, stand back. I ain't know shit about punching or nothing like that. Literally, he thought I was crazy because I was like, just hit record. I'm going to go through the whole song. He was just like, what the fuck kind of beast is this? I literally ran through that whole fucking song because that's how I'm just used to recording my music. Just cut on the mic, go straight through it. I ain't know shit about ad-libs. I ain't know shit about doing the shit over if you fucked up. I didn't know no technicalities, and this is my first time with this nigga is a real certified professional engineer. Excuse me. Gassy, damn. And he just sat down and he taught me, he's like, look, that's not how you record music. You know, whatever. But he was like so happy because, you know, I'm used to these hood guys coming in with the chains clankling and everybody smoking. I'm like, look, I just want my money for this music. Like, I'm just trying to do music. I don't know nothing about that. And he could tell. And this was like one of the first people. I really wish I remember his name. I don't even think we introduced ourselves. And we've been around each other for a couple of good times because I ended up actually doing a project that I recorded even though I didn't get it mixed and mastered, which was fucked up. But he did mix and master the first 2 songs that I had recorded over there so I can get was it an advance? He just told me he was going to give me $500 for the music. He ain't even put the music, the nigga ain't even put the music out on streaming services or nothing. I guess, what, streaming services? Anyway, we'll get into that another time. But, you know, I had CDs, I had like my own CDs, and I was just so hyped. I just like went home and I had 2 songs on a CD, and it's like my first real music. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, I'm about to be famous, you know, kid shit. And I said it to say, like, again, the younger you are, that's what they want in this industry, you know, like, they want you young, they want you dumb. Even though this was an advantageous situation to me, I didn't know it at the time because I wasn't on paperwork. The nigga did, like, this engineer, he was just like, I'm just a recorded music guy. We're not doing all that. To this day, he probably still got them files, maybe, if he kept up with them. But, like, I felt like this was something that set me up even more, to give me, like, more of that confidence to be able to do this. Now, I had never been in front of, like, a crowd or nothing. We about to get to my first show. I think it wasn't my only show. It was my first show. Like, my first show ever. But I'd never been in there. And I just remember being so hyped. It was raining. I had to catch the bus back home. But, like, I had all these motherfucking CDs that I went home and burned. And nobody bought my motherfucking CD, bro. Nobody bought my CD. And that gave me the confidence even more. Like, you know, sometimes when you get in these situations and you do something that you feel like you're so passionate about, and you take this shit serious, these other motherfuckers is looking at you like, yeah, fuck all that, what you doing? Like, why you not at, why you not at 50 Cent level? You know what I'm saying? Why you not at Cameron level? You know what I'm saying? Why you not at Missy Elliott? You know what I'm saying? Like, people look at you like that, but at 15 years old, starry-eyed and bright, you don't give a fuck about that. And that's just my first studio experience. We'll talk about other things, but he was a real solid man, real good dude, taught me some very important things. And actually, that's when I went out and bought my first DAW, digital audio workplace. My first thing, and I have not switched DAWs since I was 15 years old. And I'm here now, doing everything from my personal workstation that I'm comfortable with and that I know, because this man sat me down and he taught me how to, like, stack vocals. He taught me how to do this, how to do that. I sat there and watched him engineer my song for me. I'm not the best engineer in the world, but, you know, my shit sound good in the car. My shit sound good on TV. You know what I'm saying? So, my cats are going crazy. So, let me get out of here.